Scorpio, this is your July 2023 soul story. If you have a sun rising or your moon is in the sign, this is your reading for the month ahead. It's Romy. Thanks so much for taking the time to support my channel and tune in. Please do make sure you're subscribed, drop me a like and a comment. It definitely helps the channel. We're going to open up this month with the energy of strength. You know, Venus and Mars are in Leo, and they know what they want and they know how to get it. And so you are deploying this energy, and perhaps you're having to dig deep, perhaps you're having to remind yourself of what you've been through, of the experience that you have, and the intention and the vision that you hold. But it would almost be too simplistic to just say, you know what you want and you're just going to go out and get it this month, because July is an experience where the universe is setting us up for multiple speed bumps, roadblocks, moments to slow down or to reflect deeply if the approach that we're taking, the words that we're speaking, the thoughts that we're thinking, and you know, the way that we're moving and navigating through this month is for our highest and best good. And that at times can feel frustrating. Now, the reason this astrological climate is bringing about such complexity is because, you know, we have this overarching theme of heart energy, one that is all deeply rooted in healing. Cancer season wants us to travel inwards. We're bringing everything close to home. We're in Venus retrograde shadow, and then it will station retrograde on the 22nd. We're also going to have Chiron going retrograde on the 23rd. This means that you're having to face those disowned or avoidant or unresolved issues that have been plaguing and impacting you in multiple ways, not just recently, but perhaps for a very, very long time. And it's a month where we're going to be having to have conversations with our own triggers. And the invitation really within that is to question, where are they originating from? How long have they been here? What are they trying to protect me from? And in allowing yourself to just face things, to show up and to not run away and to not become so consumed with what comes next or where you're trying to get to that you paper over the cracks. You are having an opportunity through the month of July to really get underneath the skin of things. And, you know, the universe wants you to unearth these patterns and perceptions and almost take this really philosophical kind of perspective. Remember, your 9th house energy in Cancer season. So Scorpio, you have this ability in July to sort of see a higher perspective, and this is going to truly help you to process and integrate experiences beautifully. Now, the strength that you need is also to embark on this new chapter and this new pathway that's emerging in your life. And there might be some trepidation. And you know what? It's actually okay to even bring a little bit of skepticism and discernment to the table, because that's going to keep you grounded and help you deal with the kind of necessary practicalities that I think are important so that we're not too head in the clouds. When we approach the full moon in Capricorn coming in on the 3rd of the month, it's lighting up your 3rd house. The way you speak, how you think about yourself, how you move through the world, the plans that you're making, how flexible and adaptable you are to making those short-term necessary decisions that support a bigger picture. I want you to remember, Scorpio, that the same situation can be experienced completely differently through the power of shifting your mindset. Now, that can offer you, if you allow it, absolutely mind-blowing insight this month. And the Four of Swords says, get quiet, because there's something, right, that you realized in the past that was powerful. It was like it dropped like a bomb, like it was an epiphany that was like blinding clarity for you. And in the moment, it really helped you to perhaps make a decision or come to terms or process something. And yet, as time has passed, there has been a returning to this kind of default state where you've forgotten or you've neglected to remember the power and the significance of that truth and what it did to you and how it shaped you and how it helped you. So I feel In the context of July, this 4 is very much about returning home to self and kind of reestablishing that really powerful connection back with your higher self to go back over. Because remember, this is a season now of retrograde energies that is asking us to reclaim, reassess, like review. And you can only really hear the answers when we get very quiet and very still. There's also this need, I think, as we embark on a new journey and we find the strength and the resolve to do that, that we give ourselves the time to process every step that we take. July is going to help us to do that because of these speed bumps that keep getting in the way, which at the time might feel incredibly distracting, interfering, annoying. And yeah, in hindsight, you'll look back and be like, well, you know what? They actually helped me to just catch my breath a little bit and perhaps formulate a new strategy or take a course correct where it was necessary. And that will be helpful because Pallas Athena on the 9th, asteroid goddess, shifting into Virgo. The following day, Mars moves out of Leo. So from knowing what we want and how to get it, we're now coming into okay, here's the way in which we can find a new approach. And, you know, we have to be careful with that Virgo energy that we don't end up waging a war on ourselves, becoming too critical, over analysing things to the degree that we take away some of the magic, the fluidity, the boldness and the courage to just act impulsively and intuitively. But remember, this is a new strategy for mind, body and soul, and it does require a change. And so death shows up here. Remember, it does link into your sign, Scorpio. So this is an energy you work with more comfortably than many of the other zodiac signs. And so this ability to transform, transmute, alchemize, rebirth, comes from this deeper inner knowing that something has to change, something has to give. Now, preparing for your reading today, I was just shown this beautiful big bridge. And so the theme and the symbolism of a bridge for you is going to be really potent and powerful through the month of July. You know, what does that represent? It's the possibility, the hope, it's the reconnection, it's a sign of safety, it's a sign of travel and crossing and moving from one threshold to another, moving from one pathway to another, one place to another. But it also heralds like this opportunity for communication and union. I have a sense it's also talking about bringing two worlds together. And so you might be finding through the course of this month that, you know, you're finding yourself maybe even a little bit of a fish out of water, having to connect or meet with people that are really not your your normal energies, or, you know, you've got a deeply complex scenario in your life where you're having to bring it together and trying to figure out and find the solution to make that happen. But this bridge is going to be showing itself and revealing itself. So every time you feel stuck or you feel like there's no way through this, there's no way over this or around this, like I don't know how to navigate it, you know, I want you to almost set your intention, meditate, and kind of call that bridge of light in, because that's the thing that's going to help you deal with this process of change and transformation. Page of Swords comes in right at the center of your reading. We have to have the hard conversations this month. They might be painful. They might feel incredibly sensitive to have. They might feel a bit tender and really hit on that nerve, but they will also strike a chord. So don't be afraid to go there. Don't be afraid to go there. Something is distorted, and it's almost like you're on a quest to find the truth of, you know, what is at the heart of this. Why has it been hidden? Why is it being distorted? Why is it shown up in this way and being presented in this way to me? And what does that mean for me? So, you know, you're on this really interesting journey. And remember, Cancer season very much linking us to our ancestral roots. And so there's almost like this journeying that takes you, you know, back, not just in this lifetime, but, you know, multiple lifetimes as you figure out and address some of the patterns that are impacting you in your relationships in the here and now. And this is important, right? Because Venus energy in this retrograde season is really helping you to resolve where there have been past issues, what has repeatedly shown up for you, especially in your love relationships. This is a time when we get to really heal and deal with things. Now we're going to welcome the North Node in Aries on the 17th, sitting alongside the new moon in Cancer. Remember, North Node is our growth, our fulfillment, highest expression of our destiny, and this cardinal energy, it's powerful. Yeah, driving us forward, initiating that spark. And, you know, again, this Page of Swords is saying there's something you need to express. The universe is trying to move you somewhere. If you are not listening, you will hear the conversation playing out over and over again from different people, different mediums, different sources, but all of it will underpin with the same message. You're not where you're supposed to be. Why are you not doing this? Why are you not listening? Why are you not acting upon this? You know, the ninth house energy is trying to help you to address this higher learning and understand something more deeply than you ever have before. But I have a sense that Venus and Mars and Leo, in fact, actually has given you the I know what I want and how to do it. But perhaps we then come up against this paralysis of fear or this uncertainty or the resistance or the blocks that get in the way. Sometimes when we want more, we have to give more. And perhaps it's in a different area of your life. So if you're feeling a sense of lack across one area, then turn your attention to something that you can truly invest in and give more selflessly. And then watch how that helps to rebalance the karma for you. The devil shows up, you know, really as an interesting conversation to have, you know, next to the Page of Swords. Again, I feel like this is you as the neutral witnesser. Why am I being triggered? That's going back to that conversation. Why is this person shown up again? Why is this situation or experience that feels all too familiar to me happening all over again? You know, there is a feeling of kind of going full circle, and sometimes not pleasantly when we go through these retrogrades, because we're like, oh, I thought I dealt with this, or why is this coming back around again? You know, same theme, different person, or, you know, same experience, different place or different job. And yet, you know, this is one of our greatest teachers. And once again, the answer is to go within here. We have to almost mourn and grieve like the old version of ourselves that initially invited this in for the experience that our soul chose to have. And then through the course of this month, what we start to see is that even though that devil's still there, it's almost like a hologram. It's just like a false, distorted truth, because we have in fact grown and healed and moved beyond this. And so the irony is just like, even though when you feel like you're going back over something, the truth is that's not actually what's happening here. But we have to be aware that things come back in, both blessings and lessons. And so there will be some beautiful karmic reward for the growth that's taken place. You will find in many of the relationships, in your money stories and how you value yourself and healing that you're trying to work with, that there'll be some incredible breakthroughs, but there'll also be some things that, you know, come up and surprise you, and you just feel like almost a little bit rendered paralyzed by them through the course of July. And yet it's not the case. You know, these speed bumps are not set to completely stop us. They're just getting us to slow down so that we don't try to skim over or miss or not deal with something. I think around that North Node Aries, new moon in Cancer on the 17th, there is a sort of coalescing point that says, okay, it's now or never. And that now or never for you will really culminate in a decision that, you know, you will initiate. And again, that's a potential, that's the seed. It's not necessarily the full manifestation of it. Remembering our manifestations are not just the desires that we have, it's who we are. So we have to embody that experience that we're trying to attain. We have to feel that we are entitled to live and experience that. But you will have this, it's now or never, like I have to do this. I have to begin and initiate this. And you'll be fully supported in that. And as you come out the other side of all of these transits over the next few weeks, there will be this surge and rising sense of confidence and trust that you acted at the right time and that you really dealt with something that was inherently calling, you know, you forward, but also with the blocks that were holding you back and sort of putting you in this place of just spinning tires over and over again. So if you're new to the channel, we do cover the last 3 cards in our extended version of the reading. We go much deeper into the month ahead, looking at additional messages to see if there are any twists and turns. We'll also look at a personal question for you and pull a relationship card as well. You can find the link in the comment and description box underneath, and I really appreciate the support of my work. We're just going to go ahead and clarify the main spread now, Scorpio. See what else wants to show up for that extended for us. Seven of Wands. She sort of comes through as the peaceful warrior. You know, it would be very easy to move into a very hostile, defensive energy, and yet it won't serve you through the course of this month. And I think you're needed. There's a softening because there's this sort of very altruistic reaching out around you of people who deeply value and appreciate you and what you have to share, what you have to give to the world, who you are, like the core of you, the truth of you. And I think that will also show you this is the path, this is the way, this is the work, this is how I'm supposed to show up and who I am. And in doing that, it will help sort of dissipate and dissolve where you are being triggered, or where the interference or the distractions of people that, remember, are simply playing a role. That's all they're doing. Just as you play a role for them. Now, all the decks that I use are listed in the comment and description box underneath, Scorpio. And to support the soul story this month, for the soul meditations, you will find a heart healing journey, and also one to help you navigate solar flare energy. So if you're incredibly sensitive to that, this will be helpful for you. So this is Life Soul Vision Oracle, which, if you are new to the channel, is my own oracle deck. You'll see the box here. Please do check out this creative project along with Moon Musings, which is a collection of all my channel transmissions to support your moon rituals and your soul work. These are creative projects that have been divinely guided to really support you on your journey. So we've got Spirit Horse encoded footprints. We've got root energy coming in, built from love. We have Third Eye. New Moon. I think it's a very definitive new moon for you this month. Like, really powerful, actually. Of course, Cancer season, fellow water energy, kind of speaks the same language as you. And there is just something about being able to go that deep that really serves you. It's like the way you want to approach this, you know, forensic like. I really want to get to the heart of this. Okay, let's have a look at the Ocean Oracle deck. Beautiful, Sacred Vow. Okay. You know, your heart is a connection between your inner and your outer world, and it's really the energy that helps you to see all things as one. And there's something really beautiful and deeply validating for you from a spiritual perspective about the signs that you receive and sort of the guidance that you're going to get from your own team and spirit, your higher self, through the course of July. And that surrender. This is your goddess energy. When I let go the reins of control, I thrive. Okay, we are going to go much deeper into this reading and look at your personal question and relationship cards over in the extended. I wish you a beautiful month of July. Thanks for taking the time to tune in. I appreciate you. I will see you again next month.